What we learned from Indiana women's basketball win over Stanford. BLOMINGTON. Indianapolis women's basketball guard Sydney Parrish offered a pretty blunt assessment of how the team had played through the first 3 games last week. "We are so much better than that," Parrish said. The Hoosiers, 2-2, 0-0, went out and proved it on Sunday afternoon with a 79-66 victory over Stanford, 4-1 at Assembly Hall. It was a measure of revenge for an IU team that went out west last season and lost 96-64 to the Cardinal in one of the most lopsided defeats of Coach Terry Morin's tenure. Indiana's starting backcourt of Chloe Moore-McNeil and Shea Sieski combined for 40 points and set the tone from the start with their strong perimeter defense. Moore-McNeil came through with a steal with 2:25 to go and set up Sieski for a fast break layup as Stanford tried to make one last push at a comeback. Indiana women make a statement with 14-0 run in the second quarter. The Indiana women's basketball team delivered a message in the first half of Sunday's game. Don't write the team off just yet. The Hoosiers' inspired effort helped them build a 16-point lead over Stanford. The porous defense that plagued the team through the first 3 games was nowhere to be found, as it held the Cardinals without a field goal for the first 7:25 of the second quarter. The highlight of the stretch was when IU came within a fraction of a second of forcing back-to-back shot clock violations. Stanford finished the quarter with just 9 points on 3 of 14 shooting, 0 for 3 from three-point range. Indiana was just as locked in on offense as it scored nearly as many points, 42, in the half as it did earlier in the week against Butler, 46. The Hoosiers shot 51.6% in the half and knocked down 6 three-pointers, matching their season high in a single game this year. While they benefited from the improved shooting touch, IU's offense sets were sharper, and there was a team-wide effort to attack the basket. It culminated with a 14-0 run in the quarter that gave the Hoosiers a 40-24 lead. Yarden Garza knocked down a pair of three-pointers during the stretch. The biggest cheers in Assembly Hall came when IU extended possession with multiple offensive rebounds and swung the ball around to create an open layup for Lily Meister. Indiana women's basketball turns to small ball against Stanford. Meister picked up her 4th foul of the game just 8 seconds into the third quarter. Instead of replacing her with fellow big Carolyn Striplin, Morin opted to go small with essentially what was a 5-guard look. It was the longest stretch of the season, and Morin relied on a lineup without a center-like presence. The move paid off with Yarden Garza getting some key open looks as Stanford's forwards struggled to defend out at the perimeter. The Hoosiers' lead never dipped under double digits in the quarter. Garza had one of the best games of her career on Sunday with 18 points, 4 of 7 from three-point range, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists while avoiding the mistakes. She only had 1 turnover that have plagued her in the past.